Today I'm going to show you how you can make your very own t-shirt using the Cricut EasyPress 3. We're going to be unboxing this, setting it up, and then I'm going to show you step by step on how you can make your very own t-shirt. I'm also going to talk about why I wanted this heat press when I do have other heat presses in my craft room. I am very excited to open this box. I got it as a Christmas gift this year from my husband, so let's get this set up. So right at the top here we got a little Cricut decal, and then we got our setup instructions, and let's take this out of the box. All right, so our heat press actually comes with a little bag, which is really nice. You can keep the dust off of it when we're storing it. So here is our brand new heat press. I'm going to put it here on the stand and our little bag for it, and let's get this set up. So I'm going to use my iPad to set this up. You can use your phone if you want, and we are going to download the Cricut Heat app. We're going to go into the App Store and we're going to search for Cricut Heat. And here it is right here. So we're just going to download that and open up the app. And then you can go ahead and sign into your Cricut account. And you will have to give the app permission to use your Bluetooth. So press OK. And then we're going to go ahead to set up. So in order to get this connected, we are going to first need to plug in our heat press and turn the power on. When you're using electronics that use a lot of heat, it's always best to plug them directly into a wall outlet rather than using a power bar, just for safety reasons. And we're going to turn the power button on. And on our screen, it's already identifying what heat press we have. So let's click on connect and then press activate. And we're going to press done. And then it gives us some instructions to put our Cricut decal on the little drawstring bag that we got. So let's start with that project. I'm gonna put these other supplies aside that I have ready for our next project, but let's start with the bag today. So again, we're going to need to press the power on button and we're going to click start making. And here our app is giving us the exact instructions we need to make our bag come out perfect. So we're going to preheat our blank for 5 seconds, press it for 30, and then we're going to flip it over and press it for an additional 15 seconds. And let's click send the settings to EasyPress. Okay, so our heat press is now warmed up. It just beeped, and we can go ahead and preheat our blank here for 5 seconds. So we're going to grab our heat press, we're going to put it right on top of our bag here, light pressure, and we're going to press our green button here. And it's counting down the 5 seconds for us. And before we begin our next step, I'm just going to take my lint roller and go over my fabric just to pick up any loose strings or fibers that are on the bag. Now we're going to grab our Cricut decal here. We're going to place it on our bag. We're going to grab our heat press and we're going to put it on for 30 seconds and light pressure. And we're going to press the play button. Now we can lift it up and we're going to flip over our bag and we're going to do 15 seconds on the other side. And that's finished when it beeps. We can flip it over again and we're going to peel this plastic carrying sheet back. Just make sure it's cool to touch first so you don't burn yourself. And there's our new case all ready for our EasyPress to be stored in. So we did our test project and now we can go on to make whatever we want to make. So let's open up the Cricut Design Space app. So here's the design my daughter wants on her t-shirt. It's fairly simple. I got this image from Design Bundles, and if you want to learn how to upload different designs from external sites, I do have a video on that, which I will leave linked down below in the description. You can also use any design that Cricut Design Space has. So if you go and search images, you can type in whatever you're looking for and add that picture to your canvas. So if I wanted this heart here in the top corner, I can click on that and then click add to canvas. And there would be my heart. But I don't want that heart today, so I'm just going to delete it. So today I'm just using a child's size shirt. It's size 7/8. So I've already sized my design to 6.5 inches wide. I'm going to be cutting this out on my Cricut Maker today, so let's go ahead and click on Make It. You can also do the same project using the Explorer machines or the Cricut Joy. I will be cutting my project out on the mat. We're going to click on confirm. And one thing you always want to remember when you are doing heat transfer vinyl is you need to mirror your image, especially if you have text, because whatever you put on your shirt is going to appear in the opposite direction. So underneath your design, make sure you click on mirror and then click next. I'm selecting my Cricut Maker to make this on today. And the material we'll be using is Everyday Iron-On, so we're going to select that. And we're going to load our mat and get that cut out. You'll want to use your green standard grip mat for this project. I am using white iron-on vinyl. Make sure you put the shiny side of your material facing down on the mat. And then I just like to go over top of it with a brayer just to smooth it out and get all those bubbles out and make sure it's sticking on the mat well. So we're going to slide our mat underneath the clips here, and then we're going to press our flashing green arrow. And then we're going to press the flashing button again. And when it's finished cutting out, we can just go ahead and eject our mat. So now we need to weed out our design. And what I like to do before I start is simply cut all the extra material off so we can save that for another project. So look carefully where your cut lines are. You don't want to cut over top of your cut lines. And then we can save this extra material. So we're going to start weeding this by peeling back the outside layer. I am using a weeding pen here, and this is actually my favorite weeding tool. It's from Tech Wrap, and I just find it so easy to use. So we're going to peel off the outside here. And if you're having a difficult time seeing where those cut lines are, a few things you can do is have a light directly above you. You can use a light pad, or you can also open up your design in Cricut Design Space so you know exactly what pieces need to be weeded and what pieces don't. So I'm just weeding each inside piece, one piece at a time. And then I'm just sticking them inside this little weeding holder I have here. This is actually just a nail polish holder I got off of Amazon quite a while ago, but I can leave that link down in the description if you're interested in that. It's just easier than finding another place to put all those scraps, and it's like having a little garbage can on your finger. So the more intricate your design, the longer it's going to take to weed out. If it's just a simple shape, it can be just as simple as removing the outside. So that's always something to keep in mind when choosing your design is how intricate is it? How long is this going to take me to weed? And do I have the patience for that? Sometimes you just want to do something really quick, and sometimes you may want a longer detailed project because you just enjoy sitting down and weeding. So once I'm finished weeding out this design, we will go ahead and press it on the shirt. So here is our design all finished, and we can go ahead and start our heat press up and open up our Cricut Heat app again. So before we start, I'm just going to take my lint roller again and smooth over my shirt to pick up those extra pieces of lint. And you're going to want to make sure you have a heat mat so that you can put your press on it. You don't want to be putting your heat press directly on a table because you could burn your tabletop. So make sure you always have a heat protective surface such as the Cricut heat mat. So we're going to put this on top here, and we're going to open up the app, and we're going to power on our heat press again. So let's start a new project. We're going to select our transfer material, and we are using Everyday Iron-On. And the shirt that I have today is a cotton polyester blend. So we're going to select Cotton Poly Blend. And the work surface we are using is the Cricut pressing mat. And then we're going to click next. And then we're going to send our settings to the Easy Press. So our press is heated up, so let's put our press on for 5 seconds to warm up our material, and we're going to hit that play button. Now, the reason you want to pre-press your fabric is so it takes any moisture out of the fabric, and that's going to have your design adhere to your shirt or other material much better. Now, before we go ahead and put our press on the shirt, I'm going to show you a little trick to make sure your design is center. So I'm going to fold my shirt in half, and we're going to line up the seams. And then you can just give your shirt a really quick press, and that's just going to give it a little line going through it. And then we're going to open it up again. And now I can see the center line of my shirt. And then you can take your design and you're going to fold that in half. Make sure the sticky side's on the outside. And we're going to try to line this up. And then you're just going to pinch the top corner of your carrying sheet. And then we're also going to pinch that bottom corner of the sheet. And so now we know where the top and the bottom centers are on the carrying sheet. And we're going to line that up with the line on our t-shirt. And once that's on straight, we can go ahead to the next step. So we're going to grab our press again, and we're going to apply firm pressure for 30 seconds. So go ahead and press that start button. And then that is finished. We can go ahead and flip our shirt over and do the other side. And this time we are counting down for 15 seconds. And then we can flip our shirt over and then go ahead and peel off that carrying sheet. And there is our shirt all finished. My daughter is going to love this. She is lately in love with bunnies, so it's going to be perfect for Easter. So how do I know this press on the shirt well? Well, if you look really closely, you'll be able to see the fibers of the fabric kind of making an imprint through the vinyl. So that lets you know that you have put the design on correctly, you've applied enough pressure, and your design should last for the life of the shirt. So I just love this new Easy Press that I got. First of all, it heats up really fast. It gives you step-by-step instructions on how to press your material so you're not going to mess it up, and the results look fantastic. So now, why did I want this heat press when I have other heat presses? So the other heat presses I have the Cricut Easy Press Mini, which I absolutely love, and I also have a large clamshell press, which is fantastic as well. So there's different reasons why I like my different presses. This one here is great for small things, especially when you want to go into small corners. So if you want to press something on some canvas shoes, or you're doing stuffed animals, or a little tiny baby onesie, this is so perfect for all those projects, and I just love it. For some of those projects, it'd be very difficult to use a larger press for that. You would not be able to throw a stuffed animal underneath the clamshell press, and this is just too bulky and you're not going to get in the corners. I also love my large clamshell press. It is great if you're doing a whole pile of shirts because you're pressing so much faster. Everything is pressed within 12 seconds. You don't have to do front and back. You can just press it and you're done. So if you're doing a large order for someone, or you're making a bunch of shirts for a family reunion, I absolutely love my large clamshell press for those reasons. However, it is super heavy, so this thing just stays where it is. I do not move my clamshell press around. Also, it's not perfect for thicker material. So for example, I have these Cricut coasters here. I don't want to put these in my large clamshell press because when I press down on them, they are probably going to lift up a little bit. I might get some blurred lines on it, and I don't want that. So the reason I got my Easy Press 3 is because it can do things my other two presses can't do. So this press is going to be great on my coasters. It's also going to be great to transport around. So if I'm going to someone's house, maybe we're having a baby shower and we want to do one of those baby onesie stations, this would be the perfect press for that. And I don't have to leave it stationary. I can bring that wherever I want to. It's also great if I'm just doing one or two shirts and don't want to plug in my large press. This one heats up nice and quickly. And I also have my step-by-step instructions right there, which is great. Let me know in the comments what press you have, which ones you enjoy. I'd love to hear. I hope you enjoyed today's project. If you have any questions at all, please leave them down below in the comments, and I hope to see you on more crafting adventures.